My name is James. I am 26 years old and I belong to a respectable family. About 2 years ago, my uncle's only daughter came to live with us. She was 21 years old and extremely beautiful. A little more than a month had passed since she arrived at our house. There was a strange story behind her coming to live with us. 2.5 months earlier, her mother had suddenly passed away. My uncle was a soldier in the army, and after the Chalam ceremony, he had to return to his duty. Before leaving, he had to arrange a place for his only daughter to stay. My uncle lived in Dudyali village, and my eldest uncle also lived there. Normally, she should have stayed at my eldest uncle's house because it was not possible for a young girl to live alone in an empty house. But my father insisted that she should come and stay with us. Usually, people hesitate to let someone else's daughter stay in their house, but my father was determined. Our house was in another city, far away from the village. So one day before my uncle returned to duty, my father went to the village and brought her to our home. There were 3 brothers in our house, myself, Nasir, and Kashif. We had never experienced having a young girl in our house except for our mother. I was the eldest, then Nasir, and then Kashif. My cousin was about the same age as Nasir and 2 years younger than me. During the early days after she came, there were deep, dark circles around her eyes. The pain of losing her mother had clearly affected her. She was very quiet and reserved by nature. She was simple and modest. She had just started her first year of BC. When she moved from the village to the city, she was admitted into a city college. She helped my mother with household chores and stayed busy with her studies. After my mother, she was the one who managed most of the housework. Kashif was a little indifferent toward her. The rest of us remained busy with our own lives. Life was moving on normally when suddenly I had an accident. While returning from the university, I collided with a motorcycle rickshaw. Fortunately, the accident was not serious. Only my arms and legs were injured, and the rest of my body was fine. Because of the injuries, I had to stay at home. It was during this time that I saw her closely for the first time. Normally, I never stayed home during the day because of university and other activities. Perhaps that was why I had never really noticed her presence. That morning, I left my room early and came to the lounge because my body was aching from lying down all day. It was around 8 in the morning. She was in the kitchen making parathas. Our balcony was large and arranged like a lounge, with 2 single sofas and 1 two-seater sofa. On the other side was the dining area, and the kitchen was next to it. She came out of the kitchen, placed a paratha in front of Nasir, and quietly went back. Father finished his tea and stood up. Mother was getting Kashif ready for school because Kashif had to go with father. When mother noticed me sitting there, she asked about my health and sat beside the table to drink her tea. A little later, my cousin came out again and began collecting the dirty dishes from the table. Nasir left for school after breakfast. Soon the sound of washing utensils came from the kitchen. Mother gathered the remaining dishes and went to the kitchen as well. After a while, Mother brought my breakfast and sat beside me while I ate. It was around 9:30 when I finished my breakfast. Just then a vegetable vendor called outside and Mother went out to buy vegetables. When my cousin finished washing the dishes, she went to her room. Our house had 3 bedrooms, one for my parents, one for me, and one shared by Nasir and Kashif. When she first arrived, my father had asked me to vacate my room for her so that she could stay in the best room, but she insisted on staying in the smaller one. I was busy scrolling through my mobile when she quietly entered my room and started cleaning it. Within minutes, she cleaned the entire room. For the past 2 days, my room had been in a terrible condition, but now it looked spotless. After finishing my room, she began cleaning the balcony. While watching her work, I suddenly remembered that she had not gone to college that day. I asked Mother about it. Mother told me there was a seminar at her college that day. She continued sweeping the floor with a brush, dragging all the dust and garbage to one corner of the balcony. At the far end of the balcony, there was a small area where Mother usually washed clothes. After sweeping the floor, she washed it and then cleaned the bathroom as well. Throughout this entire time, she barely spoke. There was no conversation between her and Mother, no arguments, nothing. Her silence was beyond my understanding. Around 11:30, she finished cleaning and went back to her room. After a while, she returned wearing a pink floral suit. The dress looked beautiful on her. She wore a white trouser, a pink floral shirt, and a matching scarf. She ironed her clothes near the ironing stand and then went into the washroom. When she came out again, her hair was slightly wet. She covered her head with the pink scarf again. A faint fragrance of lotion spread around. Mother smiled at me and handed her a basket filled with peas and potatoes. She took the basket and walked toward the kitchen, disappearing from my sight. Later, Mother told me to get up and freshen up. I was tired of lying around and went to take a shower. After taking a bath and changing my clothes, I returned to the lounge. Mother was cooking in the kitchen. I sat beside her and we began talking. Meanwhile, my cousin continued working quietly in the kitchen, preparing rice and lentils. She cleaned the rice, fried onions in oil, added spices, and carefully cooked the food. The aroma of cumin filled the entire house. Soon lunch was ready, everyone gathered around the table, and we all ate together. After lunch, Father went to rest and the rest of us went to our rooms. But something inside me had changed. I had seen her many times before, but that day she looked different. Why were my eyes constantly looking at her? Why was my mind thinking about her? That one ordinary day became unforgettable in my life. Days turned into months, and months turned into years. Life moved forward, but the memory of that day stayed with me forever.